Okay, Shalom Lachem, Achai Vereai. This Shabbat is Shabbat Beshalach. Wednesday night is Tu Bishvat. It's good to celebrate. It's very powerful holiday, to make brachot and fruits. This is a very, very special and unique. I would like to take only one pasuk from the parasha, and we will study many concepts that we're going to mention. I hope you remember, because we mention this concept once in a while, every few shiurim. So some of you probably would remember, some not, but will help us to understand this concept. Before even I start the shiur, I would like to refresh our memory and to remind you concepts. For instance, there is something we call ita'aruta del tata and ita'aruta del ela. What does that mean? That means if we are praying to God, for refuah shlema, for parnasa, whatever we need from Hashem, that's called ita'aruta del tata, from bottom and up. We are praying to God, and then Hashem is listening to our tefillot, and He is responding to us. Is ita'aruta del ela. Ita'aruta del ela, le'ela means lemala, up. So He's going either up, down, or down, up. Usually, what Hashem wants us to do is that we will do the first move. We will be, we'll try very hard to ask from Hashem help, either by prayer, by tefillah, by study limud Torah, whatever it is. When we are alert and we are aware of this, then Hashem is coming down to us. That's the best thing. Just to remind you, we have all the holidays that Hashem told us to do, to celebrate, like Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot. That's from Hashem. Nachon? If it's from Hashem, is it Aruta del Ela? Now, when the fact that we are celebrating the holiday, and we are, if there is Shabbat or whatever it is, that's a response from us to Hashem. That's called Itaruta de Leila. Do you have any Jewish holiday in the Torah that it's the opposite, that we initiated the holiday? You understand my question?
Yes. Maybe in Purim, Rabbi.
Purim is not from the Torah.
No.
From the Torah.
Yes, we did Pesach Sheni.
Very good.
Bravo.
Good is
Pesach
Leona.
Sheni, yes.
Very good. Pesach Sheni. Pesach Sheni is Itaruta del Tata. We initiated the holiday. And Hashem loved this. If He would not ask Moshe why we don't have Kurban Pesach, we will never have Pesach Sheni. So Pesach Sheni is Itaruta del Tata. But the rule is, that it's good that we are the first move. We're taking the first move to Hashem. There are two psukim. There are psukim we say to Hashem, Hashivenu Hashem elecha v'nashuva. Return to us, O Hashem, and then we will return to you. Hashem said no. He gave us another pasuk. Shuvu elai. What is shuvu elai? Return to me. V'ashuva alechem. And then I will return to you. So the basic, the foundation of Judaism, that we should do the first move. And then after we do the first move, Hashem is supporting us. But in this shiur, we'll see just the opposite. That Hashem doesn't want us to be, from down up. He wants 100% everything from Himself. We'll see it during the parasha. This parasha, we read the main theme of the parasha is the splitting of the Red Sea. Do you know when else during the year we read this parasha?
In Pesach?
When in Pesach?
After the Haggadah?
No. Yeah. Some people do this, but when?
Pesach, שביעי של פסח.
שביעי של פסח, נכון. שביעי של, why we read this parasha in שביעי של פסח? Because splitting the Red Sea happened in שביעי של פסח.
Yes.
Pesach itself is Yitziat Mitzrayim. Shvi'i shel Pesach is Kriyat Yam Suf. That's the reason. So this Shabbat we read it because this is the order. We reach the order. We read last Shabbat Parashat Bo, and after Bo is Beshalach. So let's see what happened in this one. Here, line 8. Vayomer Moshe La'am, Al tira'u, do not be afraid. Hityatzvu, stand up still. Ur'u et Yeshuat Hashem asher ya'aseh lachem hayom. You will see today how Hashem is going to save you. כי אשר ראיתם את מצרים היום, לא תוסיפו לראותם עוד עד עולם. You saw the Egyptian today, you will never see them again. Now, when I put yellow and red, that I want you to pay attention. That's the pasuk we are going to study all this shiur. If you remember, we learned this pasuk few times. Hashem yilachem lachem va'atem taharishun. Hashem will fight for you and you will be silent. Is it something, according to my background, the introduction I gave to the shiur, Hashem said He will do everything. What should we do?
Taharishun.
What is Taharishun? What is Taharishun?
Taharishun.
What does that mean?
To fluff the
Do nothing. Taharishun means silent. So what we learned just now, I told you, that's called Ita'aruta Dil'ela or Ita'aruta Del Tata. That's called Dil'ela. Hashem is going to do everything. You just be silent. Just watch with your eyes. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe. Hashem said to Moshe, Ma titzak elai? Why you are screaming to me? You know what is screaming in the Torah? Screaming in the Torah is praying. Daber al bnei Israel v'Isau. Tell the Jewish people to move on and go. Ve'ata, and you, harem et matecha, lift up your stick, your rod, unetet yadecha, and put down your hand. You understand? So Moshe is using two hands. In one hand, he has to lift up the stick, the mateh, the rod, and the other hand, he has to touch the water. The moment that his hand touched the water split to right and left. And when Bnei Israel went up through the sea on the dry land. So that's the bigness, the big miracle that happened in Kriyat Yam Suf. What I want you to pay attention is how many hands Moshe used.
How many? One, two hands.
He has two
one
hands.
hand with the stick and the other hand on the...
That mean his two hands were very busy. Nachon? The only thing we do not know which hand he used for the stick and which hand he used for the water. Okay? But keep this in mind because we will answer during the shiur. Now, the big question we have to ask, if we learn, that we have, when we are in trouble, you're really going through a crisis. This is a crisis. When the Jewish people on the shore in the Red Sea, and they see the Egyptian behind them, they're really, really, really in trouble. They are in crisis. What are we doing when we are in crisis?
We pray to Hashem.
Pray to Hashem. And what Moshe said to them, do not pray. Keep silent. So the question is, why? Look at look line 22. Sa'akuva Hashem shomea. When they pray, Hashem is listening. Umikol tzarotam itzilam. And He saved them from all their troubles and all their problems. So why Moshe is telling them not to pray? That's contradiction. This is the opposite what we have learned all our life. Is the question clear?
yes.
So remember, question number 1, he said, why Moshe is telling the Jewish people not to pray. When we are in trouble, that's exactly what Hashem wants us, to pray. I'll tell you something even worse than this. Look the next page. Remember, I told you, Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, ma titz'ak elai? What is Hashem said to Moshe? Why you are screaming to me? Do you remember what he's screaming?
It's praying.
Praying. But why? Wait. 1 minute ago, what Moshe said to the Jewish people?
تحرشون.
And what does that mean? So what does that mean? Don't pray.
Silence.
Silence. And what Moshe is doing? He's praying. Wait a minute. This is you telling us not to pray and you yourself praying. You understand the contradiction?
Yes.
And look now what Hashem is telling Moshe. Line 3 in the middle. אמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא, לא עת עתה להאריך בתפילה, שישראל נתונים בצרה. Stop praying. We don't have time now for tefillah. I want you to give instruction to the Jewish people. So, all my introduction to you is the opposite what's going on here. On one side, Moshe telling the Jewish people not to pray, just be silent. And then Moshe is praying while he's telling the Jewish people not to pray, he himself praying. And Hashem is telling Moshe not to pray. Why? That's the big question that we are asking this. This is what called contradiction. Now, look at the Gemara in Masechet Yevamot. Do you remember we learned about our forefathers and mothers? Do you remember what was so unique? What is the common denominator for all our forefathers? You know what the common denominator? Especially the mothers?
They had no kids.
Exactly, akarot. Why Hashem made them akarot?
So they pray.
For the pray. Hashem would love to listen to Tfilah of Tzadikim. They are in trouble. Look here, Masechet Yevamot, line 9. שהקדוש ברוך הוא מתאווה לתפילתם של צדיקים. Hashem wants, מתאווה means desire. He's eager to hear the tefillah. In Shir HaShirim, he said to the mother, השמיעיני את קולך, כי קולך ערב ומראך נווה. I want to hear your voice. You have a beautiful voice, Hashem said. But now, in this, he says, and now he's telling us, keep silence. What's going on here? So there is something unique here. Now look what the Gemara is discovering, a secret to us. Why we had the merit to go out of Egypt? Because of what?
The tzaddiket mujeres, the women tzaddiket.
Who said this now?
Marta.
I know it's one of the women. Said I know that one. That's true. What else? Do you remember something else?
Because we did not change the language and the clothes and the...
Yes.
Beautiful, good memory. Now, I will add to you what we have learned. So remember what Martha said now is perfectly right. One, because of the righteous woman. What is righteous woman? They never involved with the Egyptian men. Even the Egyptian men wanted them. They never went to another Egyptian. Only one woman. But the Jewish women were very righteous women. So he said, number 2, what Martha said, we did not change the name, we did not change the language, and we did not change the clothes. So that's the zchut, the merit. But now in the Gemara says, one more thing. Bizchut shmirat Shabbat b'Mitzrayim.
Wow.
Do you hear?
Yes.
In the merit
Yes.
of shmirat Shabbat and Mitzrayim in Egypt. Do you know that we were Shomer Shabbat in Mitzrayim? When we received the mitzvah of Shabbat?
Mount Sinai.
On Mount Sinai. Now Mount Sinai was invented yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No.
That means before Matan Torah, we were Shomer Shabbat already. Is it clear? So now, what is higher? Now, this one we learn. I just want to refresh your memory. What is higher? If you do a mitzvah that you are commanded to do, or you do mitzvah that you're not commanded to do?
You have to be commanded to do.
Very good. if you are commanded, is higher than if you're not commanded. He said, you know, that's called in Hebrew, metzuveh ve'oseh. Metzuveh ve'oseh, you are commanded and you're doing. So now, in Egypt, when we were Shomer Shabbat, is metzuveh ve'oseh or eno metzuveh ve'oseh?
Eino מצווה.
Eno metzuveh ve'oseh. That means we didn't touch the peak of the mitzvah yet. Nachon? You agree with me?
Yes.
And now
Yes.
because we did the mitzvah without any commandment from God, and because of this Hashem took us out of Egypt. Could you imagine if we will do the commandment? What Hashem will do to us? You understand the Kal Vachomer?
Yes.
Look, if in Egypt Hashem gave us to go out of Egypt because we were Shomer Shabbat and we were not Metzuveh V'oseh, what will happen to us if we will be Shomer Shabbat after Har Sinai? That we are Metzuveh V'oseh. Could you imagine if Yitziat Mitzrayim, that means if we will be on Shomer Shabbat, what could be better than Yitziat Mitzrayim? Probably the Mashiach.
Yes.
So what our rabbi is trying to emphasize us? The sanctity of Shabbat. Today, we are after Har Sinai or before Har Sinai?
After.
So we are Metzuveh V'oseh or eno Metzuveh V'oseh?
מצווה
We are Metzuveh V'oseh. So the Zohar, the Gemara is trying to tell us, you know, I want you to know that look from Egypt. If Hashem took us out of Egypt and we were not Metzuveh V'oseh, could you imagine Kal Vachomer if we will be Shomer Shabbat and if we are Metzuveh V'oseh? So the whole idea of Yetziat Mitzrayim, in addition to what Martha said, which is right, is Shmirat Shabbat. We'll go to the Shabbat. Now we go into the Zohar. You see the Zohar Kadosh for Parashat Beshalach. I go from Aramaic straight to the Hebrew, will be easier for us. Zakaim hem Israel. Israel has the merit. שהקדוש ברוך הוא חפץ בהם, להידבק בהם, מכל שאר אומות העולם. Hashem wants us. He wants to cling to us. He loves us more than any other nation. But keep in mind, Hashem created the whole nations. But the nation that He chose to be His Kala is Am Israel. So when your husband wants to express love to you, what he's doing to you? Don't give me secret, just tell me simple. What good husband is doing to appreciate his wife?
nice words.
Only nice words? In your birthday. What about in your birthday?
Gift.
Oh, gift. Not only you have the visa, his visa in your wallet, you want gift. But you don't want the gift. You want to see how much he loves you, he appreciates you. Nachon? The same thing Hashem to us. Hashem is the Hatan, we are the Kala. So he give us something. You know what he gave us? He didn't give to the Goyim?
The Torah.
The Torah. The Torah. Since we received the Torah, and which mountain we received the Torah?
Har Sinai.
Har Sinai. You know the name of Har Sinai before?
No, it's Hamoria.
No, it's not Har Amoria. It's Har Horev. It was, remember the burning bush. The burning bush is called Har Horev. Why it's called Sinai? You know why it's called Sinai? You know how to say hatred in Hebrew?
Sin'ah.
Sin'ah. When we received the Torah, Sin'ah, hatred came upon in the world, in the universe. The nations were jealous at us, and since then, we have the anti-Semitism in the world. You have to know what happened in Hague. It didn't start in Hague in South Africa last week. What happened? What happened there? It happened in Har Sinai already. You know, since Har Sinai, most of the Goyim do not like us. Sin'ah, but that's why the name of the mountain became Har Sinai. So Hashem gave us the Torah. But you know what in addition to this He gave us? Look line 29. ונתן להם את התורה, ונתן להם את השבת, שהוא קדוש מכל שאר הימים. Shabbat is unique, is holier than any other day of the week. And Shabbat we can rest, we can be happy, we can enjoy the day. So now you can ask me another question. What, he gave us only the Shabbat? He gave us Sukkot, Pesach, Shavuot, Rosh Hashanah, Tfilin, Tzitzit, Arbaat Aminim. Why he mentioned only Shabbat? He gave us 613 mitzvot. Every mitzvah is a gift. You know why he mentioned Shabbat? You know, if you are Shomer Shabbat, Shabbat is
It's like
equal...
a piece of Olam Haba.
What? Say it again.
Like it's like you can feel like Olam Haba.
Olam Haba, nachon, is מעין Olam Haba, but you know how many mitzvot is equal?
613 mitzvot.
613. Because Shabbat is equal to 613 mitzvot. So if you are Shomer Shabbat, it's like you are Shomer the Kol Torah Kula, the entire Torah. Shabbat is the essence of the Jewish nation. Keep in mind that what happened in Simchat Torah was Shabbat. Shabbat and Simchat Torah. You know, and that's in my opinion, that's one of the big problems. One time I said it in one of my shaurim. He said, wow, what do you say about Lag BaOmer in Meron Mountain? What are you trying to tell, you know, the Torah? He said, Adraba and Adraba. So on Meron Mountain also we goofed big time. We didn't listen. They said it's not secure. Don't go so many people. They warn us. What do you think? Because you have kippah, Hashem will protect you? Because it's where Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Hashem protect you. It says, Ushmartem lenafshotechem. You have security instruction. If they said you cannot put more than 5,000 people, don't go. You have in Panama, you will understand this by your elevator. You know Shabbat elevator, Rechon? What is the capacity of the elevator?
10 people or 12.
10 people. How many people you see on Friday night going in?
All that can fit.
All the time. The Jewish people love to test the ability of the elevator. You know, I don't want to tell you what happened to me in one of the elevator in Panama. But I saw it was 10, 12 people capacity, 30 people went in.
Wow.
It was Friday night. I said to my wife, I'm not going in. I'm not going in. You know what happened? Got stuck until midnight, until the fire department somebody came to break the elevator.
Wow.
They got stuck inside in one of the buildings that you know very well. But he said the capacity is 12. Put 12. Okay, if you have one baby over there, 13. But not to go 20. So the capacity. So he said, if you are Shomer Shabbat, is like the whole Torah. That's why Shabbat is unique. It's so unique. We said, Vekarata la Shabbat oneg.
Oneg.
What is oneg?
Pleasure.
Pleasure. B'diuk. Pleasure. Karata la Shabbat oneg. Mimetzo hefzecha v'daber davar. You know what is daber davar? Even when you talk on Shabbat, don't talk like it's a regular day. Don't talk about the stock market. Don't talk about your business. Talk about the parasha. Talk about, you know, something holy. Not politics, not business. So even the words that you say on Shabbat should be holy. Even the clothes you put on Shabbat, the begadim is bigdei Shabbat. It should be different. Everything on Shabbat. Shabbat is very, very unique. Now I'm going to in the Zohar again. Line 16. כאשר קרא פרעה לעשות מלחמה עם ישראל, when פרעה came nearby to make a war against Israel, באותו זמן, this time, לא רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא שיעוררו התעוררות למטה כלל. What, you know, Hashem did not want us to make anything, any ta'aruta del tata, nothing, zero. שהרי התעוררות למעלה היא. He said, I want to do the job. You know how many percent? How much?
100.
100. 100% is me. You do nothing. כי האבות הקדימו, because אבות, our forefathers, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ועוררו התעוררות זאת למעלה, וזכות שלהם עמדה לפניו. You know who are the first people who were שומר שבת? אברהם, יצחק, יעקב. Also they are not מצווה ועושה. But Hashem kept them. Hashem, in spite of the fact it's not מצווה ועושה, Hashem appreciated it. ולא רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא שישראל יעשו התעוררות למטה. Hashem did not want us to make anything down. שאמר הכתוב, as the pasuk says, Hashem יילחם לכם. Hashem will fight for you. ואתם תחרישון. And you will be silenced. תחרישון ודאי ולא תעוררו. I want you just to watch and enjoy. That's it. But is against our philosophy of life, נכון? Even you, if you have a business and you want to put your children in the business, how you teach them to be in the business? You give them the visa and do whatever they want? No, you let them work. They have to work. They have to learn. They have to do on themselves. You cannot. If you give to your children the visa and say, do whatever you want, I can tell you, it's going to fail. Your son will not be successful. If you want your son to be successful, you have to let him do something on his own. But in this case, Hashem said, do nothing. Just watch. Of course, that's $1 million question. Why? Why? Now, I would like to, just in brackets, in parentheses, I want you to see, look at the word taharishun. You see the word taharishun? Line 20, the last word? How you spell it? Very good. You know in the Torah it's not like this? If you see in the Torah, this word is the Torah is pasul. You know which letter is not there?
The Yud?
The Yud, no Yud. Now, if you write Hebrew, you write Taharishin with Yud. When Hashem gave us the Torah, He gave us the Torah only by letters, no vowels. No vowels. Now, if you put the Yud, you must read it Taharishun, because the Resh is with the Hirik, I, Taharishun. Yes. But if you have no Yud, you can read it differently also? What else you can read?
Taharishun.
Not Taharishun, Taharshun.
Taharshun.
What is Lahrosh in Hebrew?
To unplug.
What?
No, unplug the...
No, Tahrosh is to plow.
Plow, to plow.
To plow. Nachon, if you want, you're a farmer, you want to plant seeds, before you plant the seeds, what you do? You plow the ground. Nachon?
Yes.
The ground should be clean to be ready for the planting. And then you plant the seed, and then the seed coming and you have the fruit or the wheat and the barley, whatever it is. Taharishun. So he said, if he said now the other message, the opposite what we are trying to tell you today, and look at the word Yilahem. What is Yilahem? Will fight. Nachon? What is the shoresh of Yilahem?
Lehem.
Lehem. You want lehem? What is lehem?
Bread.
Bread. How do you say bread in Spanish?
Pan.
That. You want lehem. You want lehem. Plow.
No.
You plow, I'll give you the rain. I'll give you the rain. He said, you do your job, I'll do my job. You plow and you pray and you plant. Now, Tu Bishvat, it's perfect for Tu Bishvat. You plow and plant and all these things, and I will give you the lehem. I'll give you the lehem. So that's the opposite. That means itaruta del tata. You need a taruta del tata. But in our shi'ur today, what he said, Taharishun, is like with Yud, you keep silent. So we have to understand why Hashem, in this unique case, doesn't want us to pray. He wants 100% itaruta del ela. Don't try to give me answer. We have to be patient and wait. If you give me good answer, then I can finish the show. Okay. So now another question. Now, he said, the splitting of the Red Sea, do you know which day we went out of Egypt?
On Shabbat.
No,
No? It was
Nisan, 15 of Nisan.
that's the date.
The day.
15 of Nisan, what day was it? So I tell you, I'm asking, I'll show you the Gemara. Look the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat. Tashma, Nisan. שבו יצאו ישראל ממצרים, 14 of Nisan, we had קורבן פסח, נכון? 15, 15, we had Pesach, we went out of Egypt. ואותו היום, the same day, חמישי בשבת. What is חמישי? Thursday. רבותיי, it's not gematria, it's not a clue, it's text. And the Gemara, in Masechet Shabbat, page 87, it says we went, by the way, there is no dispute on this. Everybody agree. Everybody knows that Yetziat Mitzrayim was on Thursday. So my dear friend, tell me now, if Rishon Shel Pesach, we went out on Thursday, which day is Shvi'i Shel Pesach?
Thursday.
When? 7 days.
Thursday.
Next Thursday.
No, the Thursday is 8 days. It's not Brit
Wednesday.
Milah.
Wednesday.
So if Pesach is Thursday, always Shvi'i Shel Pesach is 1 day before. Nachon? Is Wednesday. Now he said, what has to do with Shabbat? If Shvi'i Shel Pesach would be Shabbat, and Hashem said, because you keep Shabbat, I split the Red Sea. I can understand. What has to do Wednesday with Shabbat? You understand? That's another question. So look how many questions we have. The $1 million question is why Hashem doesn't want us to have it ta'aruta diltata, to pray. Nachon, that's the big question. Question number 2 is say, what is the connection between splitting the Red Sea and Shvi'i Shel Pesach to Shabbat? We know that Shvi'i Shel Pesach was Wednesday. If Shvi'i Shel Pesach would be Shabbat, that would be perfect. I said, okay, because we kept Shabbat and Mitzrayim, Hashem gave us reward and he split on Shabbat. But Wednesday and Shabbat, between Wednesday and Shabbat, you have 4 days. Is the question clear, Nachon?
Yes.
Very good. Now I'm going to another Gemara, Masechet Shabbat, page 10. אמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא למשה. Hashem said to Moshe, Moshe, מתנה טובה. Remember, what is מתנה טובה?
Gift, a big gift.
Good gift. יש לי. רבותיי, is not your husband, is Hashem say. I have a good gift for you. בבית גנזי. In my safe. Hashem has safe. You have safe in your house?
Yes.
Ruth, you have safe? Can you give me the password?
No.
No. You see, you keep the password. He said, you know, because you're safe, you have something very dear to you. You know, could be money, could be gold, could be rings, could be diamonds, whatever it is. Bevet gnazai. Now, could you imagine, you know, what is the safe of God? In your imagination. Could you imagine what is safe of God? You know which bank in the world is the most secure bank? You know which country? So I'll tell you which country.
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Nachon. In Switzerland, you know what is the bank? It's 7 floors under the ground. And each floor you have 400, 500 policemen. There is no way you can break in. And that's the safe of the bank. So could you imagine what is the safe of God? So what Hashem is keeping him in is, you keep in your safe either money or diamond ring. And Hashem keep in his safe what? Shabbat. Shabbat. Now I'd like to tell you a story. So you know we didn't say. ואני מבקש לתנה לישראל, and I would like Moshe to give this gift to Israel, to Am Israel. No one received the Shabbat. There is 2 more words I had to add. You know what it says? Another 2 words. Somebody knows the 2 words? Somebody remember? We learned this? I think I taught you this. He said to him, Lech vehodi'am. Go and inform them. Notify them. What does that mean? What does that mean, Lech v'odi'am? Go and tell them and inform them. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a short story that it's beautiful illustration to understand what is Lech v'odi'am. You know that if you are Talmid Chacham, they're talking about one of the rabbi, Admor, big Admor, that he never has money in his pocket. His wife is running the economic in the house. She's doing the shopping. She's taking care of the money and everything. And the wife of the rabbi, the big time rabbi, she said to him, I'm leaving to the shuk. I'm going to watch the house. You are alone home. He said, go, don't worry. So the rabbi is taking the Gemara and study. And then all of a sudden, after a few minutes, somebody knocks the door, asking tzedakah. Now the rabbi has no money in his pocket, but he has to give tzedakah. Where is he going?
Safe.
To safe of whom?
Of
His wife.
Her wife.
He's gone to the safe with his wife, and he saw a ring with diamonds. But the rabbi doesn't understand the value of the diamond. And he took the ring with the diamond and he gave it to the poor man. The poor man probably understand about the diamond more than the rabbi. He could not believe it's true. He took the ring and ran away before the rabbi will change his mind. And that's it. After half an hour, the wife is coming back. Where she's going?
To the safe.
To the safe. And what she sees?
No ring.
No ring. And she said, the robbers, they robbed me, they're stealing, the thief came, and she screamed, she was in panic. The rabbi tried to say, calm down, nobody was here. He said, they stole my ring. He said, nobody stole your ring. He said, let me tell you what happened. And he said, the beggar, the karni, the poor man came and asked tzedakah. I didn't have tzedakah. I opened the safe and I saw the ring and I gave it to him. He said, what? People said, you are smart, you are stupid. You're not smart, Rabbi. You can give tzedakah $10, $20, $50. You know the value of the ring? He said, what is the value? He said, $250,000. He said, wow. The moment he heard the value, he left the house and ran to the market to find the poor man. The poor man saw him coming. He knew he's after him. He ran away. Now tell me, halachically, who is the owner of the ring right now?
The poor guy.
The poor guy. But now, when he ran after him, he said, Rabbi, the ring is mine. If you will take it from me by force, I will sue you to Din Torah. He said, no. I didn't come to take the ring. I just wanted you to know that the value of the ring is $250,000. That's it. Don't trade for lunch. And he left. You know what is Lech v'odi'am? He said, go. What is the diamond ring? Is the Shabbat. Hashem said to Moshe, Lech v'odi'am, go and tell them the value of the Shabbat. Some people think the Shabbat is $10, $20, $50. No. The Shabbat is the value. It was in the safe of God. I hope the story I gave you, it's give you good illustration. So now, what is so unique about the Shabbat more than any other mitzvah? So he said there is a book called Ohev Israel, and he says there is a pasuk line 6. Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al ta'azovu. What is it? The lekach is transaction. Lekach is like mekach umemkar. Is business. שצריך לשלם תמורתו. So some mitzvot, when we are receiving from God, it's business. Hashem giving to us, and we have to earn the mitzvah. We have to work very hard. But some mitzvot is a gift. So what is the difference between mitzvah is a gift or not gift? If it is not gift, I have to earn it. I have to work very hard. Tell me, what we have to do on Shabbat? What is the meaning of the word Shabbat? What is it? What is the shoresh? What is the root of the word?
לשוב, תשובה.
No, not teshuva. It's connected to the word teshuva. What?
לשב.
What is lashev? What is it?
לשב.
Lashevet. Sit down and do nothing. Do nothing. What did you? All the 39 work that we did in the Mishkan, you're not allowed to do. Shev ve'al ta'aseh. Sit and don't do. What do we do on Shabbat? We go to Bet Knesset, we eat, we drink, we sing, we enjoy Shabbat. Because the Shabbat is a gift. I don't have to earn the Shabbat. Hashem gave it to me as a gift. But mitzvot, there are mitzvot like tzitzit, tefillin, makeup. I have to pay for this money. I have to do something. But Shabbat is a gift. So that's why also many mitzvot I have to do it ta'aruta del tata. Like take for instance, what is it like take tefillin. So I have to prepare to study about the tefillin, and to earn money to buy the tefillin. I have to do many things by myself before I get the tefillin. But Shabbat, I didn't go to the store to buy Shabbat. Shabbat is a gift from God. So Shabbat is unique. You understand? So all the other mitzvot, is it ta'aruta del tata or ta'aruta del ela? Del tata. Because it ta'aruta del tata, Hashem make it ta'aruta del ela. Look at the Zohar. Ta'aruta del tata ishtaka ta'aruta del ela. Because you are down or say ta'aruta del tata, Hashem is coming to support you from the top. I pray Shmona Esrei, Mashiv Aruach Umrida Geshem, and Hashem give me Geshem from up down. Ach mitzvat Shabbat, but Shabbat is matana, tova, is a good gift. Why? Because the light of Shabbat is coming up down for free. Free. No charge. No effort. Hashem is doing it. Beautiful. People do not know to appreciate the Shabbat. They take it for granted, unfortunately. רק מצוות שבת אין בעשייה. Look at line 20. שב אל תעשה. Sit and do nothing. Is it remind you something about קריעת ים סוף?
Stay and don't do nothing.
Stay, don't do nothing. ממש similar to Shabbat. The only thing I'm missing here, why Shabbat is Wednesday? What the connection between Shabbat and קריעת ים סוף? Okay? So now at least we understand what's so unique about Shabbat. Now, question to you. If I have a gift, I just came a few hours ago from Brit Milah. I gave a gift to the parents. נכון? Give me the definition of the word gift. When I call that, what?
Matana.
Matana. When you call it matana? When you buy it or when you give it to the person?
Give it to you.
Oh, so that means until you give it to your friend, it's not matana, it's yours. It's an item.
Yes.
Nachon, you agree?
Yes.
So now Hashem says, matana tova yeshli. I have matana tova. Wait, it's matana? He can say, yeshli mashu tov. I have something good for you. When it's called matana? It's called matana only when we receive the matana. When we receive this matana, when? On Har Sinai. So is matana? Is not matana. You understand the question? Now another question, my dear friend. Now we ask
He's announcing that we are going to receive it, but not yet.
Not yet. So as long as we did not receive it, I call it davar. You know what is davar? A thing.
Something.
Mashu, davar tov. Yeshli davar tov. When you want to surprise your children or somebody with matana, and you don't want to say matana, he said, I have surprise for you.
Yeah.
Nachon? You don't say, because it's not matana yet. And you give it to your grandchildren or to your children, and said, wow, wow. He said, they think, they don't know it's for him. He said, when should I give it back to you? He said, no, don't give me. No, this is yours. It's matana. Mm-hmm. So the moment you gave it to your son, to your daughter, to your neighbor, to your friend, then it's called matana. So the question to Hashem, why he named Shabbat matana and we did not receive it yet?
Because we have to
depend on us if we want to receive it.
We have to
Earn it.
What?
earn it. We have to earn it.
But it's it's good answer, but not good answer to my question. Still, you do not have to define this matana. Even if you don't have to earn it, it's not, as long as I don't have it in my hand, is not matana. You agree with me? So I didn't ask this question. The Zohar asked. Said, you know, why we call, he said, look, he said, Shabbat Shema. I have a gift and the name of the gift is Shabbat. Nachon? So why you call it Shabbat, Matana, and it's not Matana yet? Don't worry, we have a good answer for this. All what we have to prepare the seat belt. ויום השביעי, now we said, you know, לדעת כי אני השם מקדישכם, השם sanctify on Shabbat. כלומר, אני השם מקדישכם, when Hashem sanctify us, is up, down, or down, up?
Up, down.
Up, down. Hashem send the light of Shabbat, up, down, התערותה דלעילה. אפילו בלי תערותה דלתתא. Even we do nothing. This is, again, to emphasize the opposite what we are learning all our life, that we have to do something. He said, do nothing. And you know what he said? Even in Musaf Shel Shabbat, you say it and you do not, you know, we do not pay attention what we say. He said, if you know it by heart, I don't know if you know it by heart. Look line 12. V'yom hashvi'i, you see it? Red and yellow. V'yom hashvi'i meshabech ve'omer. Who prays? Who prays Hashem? Yom hashvi'i, the day. The seventh day, praise and say, Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat. So the day is saying, Mizmor tov leodot l'Hashem. לפיכך יפארו ויברכו לאל כל יצוריו. Wow, do you know who wrote this Mizmor? Who wrote this Mizmor?
You were waiting already. Did they have
I
to
can't hear.
David, Rey David.
So who wrote this Mizmor? By the way, either David HaMelech or Adam HaRishon. Okay? Somebody, can, you know, somebody doesn't mute the microphone.
Leona, please pon en mute. Rabbi, I think you can mute her.
She doesn't hear you.
No, can you press mute? Yeah,
Okay.
she did already.
I think I mute her.
Yes.
Okay, ביום השביעי משבח ואומר, the seventh day present says, מזמור של יום השבת, טוב להודות להשם. It's good to say תודה to Hashem. You know why we say תודה to Hashem? Because we do nothing. Hashem is giving us everything as a gift. לפיכך, therefore, יפארו ויברכו לאל כל יצוריו. So who is praising Hashem? We're going to Bet Knesset. You know why we're praising Hashem on Shabbat to Bet Knesset? That we do nothing. We got it as a gift. Shabbat is a gift. That's what David HaMelech, that's why the poet says, לפיכך יפארו ויברכו. He said, because now, ביום השביעי, because שיום השביעי משבת מעצמו is giving us to us התערותה דלעילה 100%. Not even 1% תערותה דלתתא. That's why he said מזמור של יום השבת. תודה רבה השם. תודה רבה. You gave us beautiful gift. ועל זה ממשיך לאמור לפיכך מאחר שקדושת השבת יורדת, because the sanctification of the Shabbat is coming down only בתערותה דלעילה, because of this, יפארו ויברכו, will praise, will glorify and bless לאל, to Hashem, כל יצוריו. What is כל יצוריו? Everybody is thanking Hashem, because Hashem gave us a beautiful gift, 100% תערותה דלעילה, which is Shabbat. I don't know if you remember, maybe it will help me. Do you remember how many brachot we have on silent Amidah on Shabbat?
7.
7, beautiful. The first 3 and the last 3 is always the same, נכון? Even like regular day. Magen Avraham, Mechaya Metim, Ha'el HaKadosh, נכון? It's the same. The only thing is that as a regular day, we have 13 brachot in the middle. We have 3, 13, 3. How much is together? 3, 13, 3,
19.
19. In spite of the fact we call it 18, 18. You know why it's 19?
We added one more.
Shmuel HaKatan add one more. But on Shabbat, I don't have the 13 in the middle. Instead of 13, how many I have in the middle?
3.
No.
One.
1. We have 3, 1, 3. The first 3 and the last 3 the same like every day. Okay? Do you remember? Now on Yom Tov, how many I have? Like Shabbat, 3, 1, 3.
Also 7. Yes, also 7.
Seven.
Only one Musaf, I have 3, 3, 3. Is Rosh Hashanah. Remember we learned Malchuyot, Zichronot, Shofarot. Only on Musaf, but even in Yom Kippur, we have 3, 1, 3. 3, 1, 3. Now help me with the bracha on Shabbat. They call Kedushat Hayom. What is Kedushat Hayom? The sanctification of the day. We say, Baruch Ata Hashem, Mekadesh,
It's Shabbat.
HaShabbat, not it.
Yes.
Mekadesh HaShabbat, נכון?
Yes.
Now, how do you do on Yom Tov?
הקדוש והזמנים.
ישראל והזמנים.
Oh, יפה מאוד, very good. I'm very proud of you. Do you see the difference between Shabbat and Yom Tov? What I say on Yom Tov and I don't say on Shabbat?
הזמנים.
Azmanim is the holiday, of course.
Yes.
But what word I say in only on Yom Tov?
Israel.
What?
Israel.
Israel. Israel. There is no Israel on Shabbat.
No.
But on Yom Tov I have Israel. No, give me answer why. Who makes the decision when is Yom Tov?
Rabbi.
Who?
The rabbi.
Who makes the decision on Rosh Chodesh? When is Rosh Chodesh? We, the human being. But who makes the decision on Shabbat?
Hashem.
Hashem, itaruta dilela. Nobody can change the day of Shabbat. But Mekadesh Israel v'azmanim, because it's up to the Bet Din. Bet Din making the decision when is the Yom Tov. So he said Mekadesh Israel v'azmanim. But Mekadesh HaShabbat, you know who sanctifies Shabbat? Not Israel. Hashem Mekadesh HaShabbat. Baruch Ata Hashem Mekadesh HaShabbat. But Yom Tov is of course Hashem also, but Bet Din. So Hashem doesn't make decision on Yom Tov. We make the decision on Yom Tov. Is that clear? Is to show you again the holiness of Shabbat. How unique is Shabbat. And that's why I pray, you know, everybody that I saw involved. I have some people from what happened in Be'er, you know, in Simchat Torah. People I know, all what I ask them, you know what I ask them? Shabbat. Please be Shomer Shabbat. That's I have many others said, please keep Shabbat. Because everything happened on Shabbat. So if you know that you keep Shabbat, it's like you keep the whole Torah. So now we go into the $1 million question. Why, Madua Be'emet, why indeed the Jewish people had the merit to get Shabbat with the Ta'aruta del Ela? How many percent? 100%. Why we receive such a gift for free? I don't have to earn it. It's a gift. By the way, do you know on Shahrit? Now I'm testing you to see who prayed. Who prays on Shabbat? I know that all of you prayed. But I said, you know, we said, who memorized this? I said, you know, on Shabbat, Magen Avraham, Nachon, we say every day. Nachon? Mechaye Metim, I say every day. Ha'el HaKadosh, every day. Nachon, that's the same. This you know by heart for sure. What after Ha'el HaKadosh I do on Shabbat? Shahrit.
Yes. ישמח משה.
יופי רות, כל הכבוד. כל הכבוד. ישמח משה, what?
במתנת חלקו.
מתנה, מתנה.
במתנת חלקו.
במתנה, איזה מתנה?
שבת.
Shabbat. Now, Ruth, I don't know if you know the whole part. I will not try to say, but say, let's try to say it together, okay? ישמח משה במתנת חלקו. כי עבד נאמן קראת לו.
קראת לו.
כליל תפארת בראשו נתת, בעומדו לפניך בהר סיני. ושני לוחות אבנים הוריד בידו, וכתוב בהם שמירת שבת. That's the whole paragraph on this is for Shmirat Shabbat. The whole Simcha of Moshe is the matana, is the Shabbat. Of course he was happy with all the 10 commandments. שני לוחות הברית. But Shabbat is ta'aruta dil'ela 100%, 100%. What a gift. People take it for granted. But we did not answer why you call it matana and it's not matana. And nobody get cappuccino yet. But they say, I will motivate you now. Do you know?
Maybe because
Huh?
if we have the merit to receive it.
No, Ruth, don't try because I tried million times. I couldn't because I don't want you to think I'm smarter than you are. I read it. I read in the Zohar. So look here. He said, do you remember who is the first one that saw the Jewish people working very hard? And he was not slave.
Moshe Rabbeinu.
Moshe Rabbeinu, when he was a prince, when he was in control of the palace. Look here, line 15. Vayihi bayamim ahem, those days. Vayigdal Moshe. Well, you know what is Vayigdal? He was number one in the palace. He was the Gadol. Like we said, Gadol Ador. So Moshe Paro gave him like Yosef to be in charge of the palace. Vayetze lechav, and he went out to his brothers. Now you ask me how he knows. He's Jewish. Vayar besivlotam. What is Vayar besivlotam? He saw the suffering. He saw the suffering. Why they are suffered? They're working very hard. You know why? You know how many days they work a week?
7.
24/7. Ra'a she'en lahem menuha. So what Moshe did, he went to Paro and he said to Paro, you want to have a productive work? Why you give them to work 7 days? You don't have, it's not effective. Give him 1 day rest. If they will rest 1 day, they will have much more effective. The product will be much better. What Moshe has in mind? Do you know what he has in mind? Shabbat. Of course, because Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov already kept Shabbat, even though it's not mitzvah. So Moshe, Paro said, Amar lo Paro, lech va'aseh. Go and do whatever you want. Look what power Moshe got from Paro. Halach Moshe, red and yellow. Follow now. V'tiken lahem et yom ha-Shabbat lanuach. And he gave them Shabbat to rest. Now, my dear friend, you were not in the army. But I tell you, when we were in the army, we were training. Sometimes, day and night. We were walking 50 kilometers. And sometimes the commander said, 10 minutes break. You know what we did in 10 minutes?
Pray.
No.
Sleep.
Sleep. Everybody was snoring. Everybody. Now, if you work 6 days non-stop, what you do on Shabbat? Sleep. You know what they did? The Jewish people? Somebody's with a microphone. It's really so. Can you tell? So he said, instead of going to sleep, you know what? Look what they did. Shayu biyadam Megillot, when they came to Egypt, they got scroll, Megillot from Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. So it's, all the Hidushim, the Torah was written, not the Torah on Har Sinai, but Hidushim. They have in the Megillot. Instead of going to sleep, they were becoming Shomer Shabbat and studying Torah on Shabbat. בדברי חיזוק, שעתיד הקדוש ברוך הוא לגאולם, they found in the Megillot about Mitzrayim, about the Exodus, about everything. And he said, look, and he said, לולא תורתך שעשועי, אז עבדתי בעוניי. You know what he said? They took the Torah like a baby take a toy. When the baby playing with the toy, he enjoy it. So the toy of the Jewish people were the Megillot. And they became Shomer Shabbat. But they got mitzvah to be Shomer Shabbat? No. So who loved this?
Hashem.
Hashem. He said, look at my children. They are Shomer Shabbat without any tzivui, without any commandment. והיו משתעשעים, לכן אומר לולא תורתך שעשועי. כל Shabbat, every Shabbat in Mitzrayim, the Jewish people were studying Torah, and they changed the clothes, and they took a shower, they went to the mikveh, and they became pure without any commandments. Everything was on their own. It's called Itaruta del Ela or Itaruta del Tata?
Del Ela.
What?
No, the Tata.
No, the Tata.
Now, how many percent?
And
100.
if we
100.
only-
100% Itaruta del Tata. Hashem never mentioned Shabbat to them.
But why we were in the 49 impurity if we do this?
What?
I
What?
was going to ask the same, Malka.
No, it's about, look to the end. Look, it said, he said, והיה דבר זה חביב מאוד בעיני השם. Hashem loved it. שאפילו שביום נחום אויביהם, even the day they should rest and go to sleep, and they didn't go to sleep, they want to worship God. נמצא לפי זה. That means, that the Jewish people were the Shomer Shabbat before Hashem gave the tzivui to be Shomer Yom Shabbat. So that was, so now maybe I give you a clue why Hashem doesn't want them to do it Ta'aruta del Tata. Do you see now any reason?
Yes, they have to wait and receive the Torah.
But why not the Ta'aruta del Tata? That doesn't answer. You know what is Midah Keneged Midah?
Yes.
What is Midah Keneged Midah?
Because they do it well, you
Like
receive
to
it
do
as well.
get
Tit for tat, נכון? Hashem now, who is the first one was Shomer Shabbat? The Jewish people or HaKadosh Baruch Hu?
The Jewish people.
The Jewish people. Hashem want to pay them. How he want to pay them? By Taruta Dil Ela. He said, you were Shomer Shabbat by Taruta Del Tata 100%. Now I want to pay you back. I will pay you back. You know how? I split the Red Sea. I split the Red Sea and you do nothing. Like I did nothing. When you were Shomer Shabbat, you do nothing. I owe you. I owe you this. And I want you just to watch. That's why. Midah keneged midah. Hashem never leaves somebody without any reward. Now at least we answer the question, why Hashem doesn't want any Taruta del Tata. Because the Jewish people were Shomer Shabbat with 100% Taruta del Tata. So Hashem wants a Taruta del Ela. Is it good answer or not?
Yes, but now I agree with Malka.
What do you agree with Malka?
Maybe that was the percentage we need to not get to the 50, Rene.
No, Malka asked that why then we were in the 49 level of impurity, if they were studying, even if they were
You forgot the shiur of 2 weeks ago. We learned this already. What you want me to repeat? The shiur. It's another 1 hour and a half. We learn how they reach. We ask the question, how they reach the 49th gate. We learn this. But if I have 5 minutes by the end, I tell you, but that's nothing to do with this. This is one mitzvah. One mitzvah of Shmirat Shabbat. The Shmirat Shabbat was 100% Itaruta del Tata. Hashem said, you did Itaruta del Tata, I will do Itaruta del Ela. Look here, look line 16. כעניין זה ממש מידה כנגד מידה, tit for tat. כי בכל המצוות התורה שלא קיימו ישראל, רק אחרי שקיבלו אותם בהר סיני. All the mitzvot we are doing, like mitzvah tzitzit. Since then we started to put tzitzit. Before Har Sinai or after Har Sinai? After Har Sinai. Before Har Sinai we didn't know anything about tzitzit. So נמצא שמקודם ציווה להם הקדוש ברוך הוא על המצוות בתערותה דל אלה. So Hashem gave us the commandment on Har Sinai, and then עם ישראל וכתערותה דל תתה. לכן מידה כנגד מידה. אין האור של כל המצוות יורד מלמעלה למטה. So all the mitzvot, we cannot do התערותה דל תתה if Hashem doesn't command us to do the mitzvah. If he said put tefillin on, then I have to do my effort to have tefillin and to know what is tefillin. Hashem said, make arba'at minim on Sukkot. First I have the tzivui. Then I have to earn the arba'at minim and to do it ta'aruta del tata. Hashem said to make sukkah, and then I built up the sukkah. But everything by instruction of God. So it's involvement of us and Hashem together. But Shabbat, we did not wait for Har Sinai. We did everything on our own. Hashem loved it, like Pesach Sheni. אלא הקדימו בהתערותה דלעילה. Now we have to understand yet what the connection between Shabbat and Kriyat Yam Suf. Remember this question? It's what day was Shvi'ah Shel Pesach?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So Wednesday is not Shabbat. This we did not answer yet. Now we did not answer also the question why we call it gift. Remember? Somebody wants to tell me now why he said gift and it's not gift yet?
Because we already were doing it.
What?
We were already Shomer Shabbat.
No, so?
So it was not yet a
But
gift.
Hashem, but it's not gift. But you know, Martha, don't give up so quick. Keep going. Don't give up. Be stubborn. He said, now, I tell you what. Now, listen to this.
We have something to do. We
What?
have
What?
something-
No. I'll ask you now. Who gave to whom the gift, the Shabbat, first?
Hashem to us.
Who gave to whom?
Hashem to Moshe.
No. First. I said the first one.
אנחנו.
Anachnu. What we gave to whom?
Hashem.
To Hashem.
To Hashem.
So
To Hashem.
what we gave to Hashem? Matana.
כן.
Yes.
So Hashem put it, what he did with the Shabbat,
He put it in the safe.
he put it in his safe. So now it's called Matana or not?
Yes.
Now it's Matana because we gave it to him.
Yes.
So now when Hashem gave it to Har Sinai and Har Sinai back to us, he just said it's yours. So that's why he called Matana. You understand why it's Matana? Now
Yes,
tell
yes.
me now, did Hashem, when you give somebody to keep, where he said you have interest in the bank, nachon? If you put money, the bank give you, interest. What
Yes.
was I would not say interest, I would say upgrade. Did Hashem upgrade the Shabbat for us?
Yes.
What?
Because now it's a mitzvah because Hashem commanded us.
Ah, Martha, now you remember very good. Now Hashem commanded us to do the Shabbat. Now we are upgrade. Why we upgrade? Gadol ha-metzuveh ve'oseh mishe'eno metzuveh ve'oseh. Is greater is the person when he commanded. Hashem said, now I will upgrade this for you because I would like to say, Shamor et Yom HaShabbat lekodsho. Zachor et Yom HaShabbat lekodsho. So if somebody profaned Shabbat in Mitzrayim, he made Avera? No, he didn't make any Avera. It was an option. But after Har Sinai is not an option until today and forever. Shabbat is a must. It's not an option. That's why now we answer, I think, most of the questions. Now we go into the first two questions. I think we are getting close. Now tell me, do you remember who said to whom not to pray?
Hashem told Moshe not to pray.
Nachon.
Moshe told the people not to pray.
No. And we ask why Moshe is praying if he said to us not to pray. Nachon?
Yes.
And now look, say, so מדוע משה החריש, הרי זה לא שייך אליו. But he said, look here, he said, when Hashem gave us the Shabbat, Moshe did not say anything. Better, he said, Moshe prayed to Hashem and pray for Am Israel. ולא עשה כמו שהוא עצמו הורה לישראל ואתם תחרישון. Moshe said, ואתם תחרישון is only for the Jewish people, it's not for me. They were slaves, I was not slave. ואתם תחרישון. שהקדוש ברוך הוא, so like Moshe was so humble, look what he said, כי Moshe, because he was so humble, so he thought that the zchut of Shmirat Shabbat in Mitzrayim is only to Israel. Because who were slave in Egypt? The Jewish people, but not Moshe. So who deserved to get this reward as a matana? The Jewish people, not Moshe. So Moshe thought he's not part of it. So Hashem said to Moshe, you are part of it. Because he was so humble, he said, the zchut of Shmirat Shabbat in Mitzrayim is only the slaves, not me. I don't deserve to get what they got because they were working 24/7, not me. In spite of the workings very hard and they really study Torah and Shabbat, who should earn the reward? The Jewish people or Moshe? Moshe said, not me. I'm not working very hard during the week. They deserve to get the reward. So Moshe isolated himself from the Jewish people. Look here, אבל משה עצמו שלא היה בקושי השעבוד, משה was not a slave. אף ששמר את השבת, he also was שומר שבת. But he doesn't have the credit. The credit, the Jewish people, the question if they are part of it or not part of it. So Moshe said, I'm not part of it. I don't deserve it. You understand why he said I don't deserve it?
Yes.
Why?
Because he was not a slave.
Because I'm not slave. So אמר לה הקדוש ברוך הוא, אמר לו, מה תצעק אליי? He said, why you are screaming to me? מה you praying? הלא אתה הוא שבחרת? He said to him, because Moshe thought he can pray. Why he thought he can pray? Because he's not a slave. But he said, no, but who initiated the idea of Shabbat? Who went to Paro and said, give him 1 day rest? Moshe. Hashem said to Moshe, you are part of it. Do not be humble. Don't take yourself outside of the merit. You should deserve to get credit too. הלא אתה הוא שבחרת לישראל את השבת. You are the one who gave the idea of Shabbat. נמצא that he said, נכון, the Jewish people were shomer Shabbat, but because of whom? Because of Moshe Rabbeinu. That's why I said, שאמרת, when you said Israel, when you said Hashem will fight for you, and you will be silent because of Shabbat, התערותה דלעילה, without התערותה דלתתה. So על אחת כמה וכמה אתה, קל וחומר you. You were the one who initiated the Shabbat. So that's why you deserve to get also Shabbat. You are part of it. So you don't pray also like they are. I want to give you the Shabbat free. 100%. You and the Jewish people. There is no difference between you and the Jewish people. In spite of the fact that you are not slave. Why you deserve it? Because you initiated the idea. You are the leader. And you are part of the Am Israel. That's why Moshe, they don't pray and you don't pray. 100% ita'aruta dil'ela. Now you understand the idea? Beautiful picture now we have. Now tell me, when you see somebody sick, what you wish him? Which day you do not say Refuah Shlema? Shabbat. Shabbat, if you visit, you know what you say? Shabbat miliz'ok ורפואה קרובה לבוא. Look the Gemara, Shabbat. הנכנס לבקר את החולה, if you want to visit sick man, you say Shabbat miliz'ok ורפואה קרובה לבוא. ולא מתפללים בשבת לחולה, because you don't say שלא יהיה צער בשבת, because Shabbat you do not have צער, means sorrow, sadness. אבל בכדי שהחולה לא יצטער, but if you do not wish him to be in good health, the חולה, the sick man will be very sad. ויתעצב ליבו, so he will be very sad. He said, why he doesn't wish me to be in good health? So you know what we say to the man? Shabbati miliz'ok. Now you tell me why we say Shabbatu miliz'ok. You know why we say Shabbati miliz'ok? Who gave us the Shabbat? 100%.
Hashem.
Hashem. So you know who will cure you? Hashem will cure you. That's better than Mishaberach. He said, Shabbat miliz'ok, because it's ta'aruta dil'ela. Everything is ta'aruta dil'ela. So he said to the sick man, Shabbat miliz'ok. So it's better even from Refuah Shlema. That's why the power of the Shabbat. Look, the power of the Shabbat. Now, do you know how many?
What is the translation, Rabbi?
What?
What is the translation of that word, Shabbat, miliz'ok, etc.?
Shabbat, miliz'ok, we said is praying. Liz'ok is to yell or scream. Liz'ok, za'aka. Remember Mordechai or Esav lahavdil? Vayiz'ak za'aka gedola umara. You know when he was screaming, yelling really hard. So he said Shabbat miliz'ok, the Shabbat itself, she will pray for you. But the meaning is Hashem will take care of you. Because Shabbat is 100% Hashem. So he said, now, on Shabbat, we have 3 meals, nachon, to eat.
Yes.
You know why 3?
For the neshama extra.
Why 3? Now, why not 4? Why not 2? How many fathers we have?
Abraham, Isaac, Jacob.
Who were the first people who should be Shomer Shabbat? Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. Remember, all the things that came to them, the Megillot, is from Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. That's why we have 3 meals, because they are the first one to talk about Shabbat. Okay? That's why we have 3 meals. One Abraham, one Yitzhak, one Yaakov. Now, my dear friend, cappuccino in the house with sugar or without sugar. You did not answer to me yet what is the connection between Shvi'i Shel Pesach and Shabbat. And we know that Shvi'i Shel Pesach was Wednesday.
Yes.
Do you know why? I'm challenging you.
Shvei ben Pesach, it was התערותותם del Tata and Lemala. Both of them.
No, we're not talking now. We're not talking Ta'aruta del Ela, Ta'aruta del Teta. This we finished. I want you to I'll tell you something. We have 3 festivals, נכון? Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot. Take Shavuot to the side for a minute. What is the common denominator between Pesach and Sukkot?
7 days.
7 days, very good. Even Shavuot, you know why we don't have 7 days? Because we have 7 weeks between Pesach and Shavuot. Every week is like 1 day. Okay? But for that I said, why 7 days? Why Hashem said celebrate 7 days?
Because the week and Shabbat is 7 days.
B'diuk, to remember Briat Olam, the creation of the world. That means every holiday that we have 7 days is parallel to what?
The creation.
7 days of creation. Now help me, my dear friend. Do you remember what day we went out of Egypt?
Thursday.
Thursday. So what parallel to what day is it? Of creation.
Shabbat.
No, of creation.
The creation.
Yom HaMishi.
Thursday parallel to what? To Sunday. Nachon? First day of the creation. If the first day of Pesach is Thursday, and Thursday is parallel to the first day of creation, so the Thursday is parallel to the first day of creation.
Okay.
You agree with me?
Yes.
So now Friday after Shabbat for you is Yom Tov in Galut. Friday, 2nd of Yom Tov, which day of the creation? Monday. If Thursday is Sunday, nachon? So Friday is Monday.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So now
Okay.
Shabbat, what day is Shabbat of the creation?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, now you got it. Now go to Sunday. Sunday, what day is it?
Sunday is the first day of the
If you go like this, remember, take the 7 days of Pesach. First day is Sunday. Second day is Monday. Third day is Tuesday. Fourth day is Wednesday. Fifth day. You know what Shvi'i Shel Pesach will fall on?
Wednesday.
No.
Friday.
What?
Friday.
No, you missed. You missed.
Shabbat.
Shabbat!
Shabbat.
Take piece of paper and make, parallel the day. You will see that Wednesday is Shabbat. Because if you go to Thursday, is Sunday. Remember, Thursday is Sunday. That means Wednesday, 1 day before, is Shabbat. Now, you tell me now, what the connection between Shvi'i Shel Pesach and Shabbat? Because Shvi'i Shel Pesach, it's true it's Wednesday, but it's parallel to Shabbat. That's why he said, you were Shomer Shabbat, I'll split the Red Sea. Here, look here. כי שבעת ימי פסח הם כנגד שבעת ימי בראשית. It's parallel to the 7 days of creation. You know who gave this answer? אלשיך הקדוש. So אלשיך הקדוש said, מטעם זה קבעה התורה. This is the reason that the first day of Pesach ויום השביעי למקרא הקודש אסורים בעשיית מלאכה, because the first day was the most important day of the creation and Shabbat is the conclusion. That's why first day of Pesach and the last day of Pesach is Yom Tov. Is ממש יום טוב. כי הם, because they are parallel to the first day of the creation and Shabbat. שהם הימים, this is the most important 2 days of the creation. Is Sunday and Shabbat. Now we understand that the ness of Kriyat Yam Suf, look line 7, the miracle of Kriyat Yam Suf happened on Shvi'i Shel Pesach. Shvi'i Shel Pesach is parallel to what?
Shabbat.
Shabbat. Now we understand why Shabbat. לכן עמדה להם זכות השבת, because they were שומר שבת in מצרים. I said, you were שומר שבת, I will make for you unbelievable. I'll split the Red Sea, you know, in honor of you, because you were שומר שבת even without my commandments. אלא הנס נעשה מעצמו. So now tell me, which father of the three fathers is really Shabbat? Do you know who? That's very challenging question. You say it every Shabbat, you don't even realize this. And the Kiddush. Shabbat is Yaakov Avinu. כן, תכף, I will show you part. Your husband for sure know this. קריעת ים סוף, the splitting of the Red Sea is the merit of Yaakov Avinu. Because Yaakov Avinu, Shabbat is his portion. ומה מצינו? קריעת ים סוף שמירת שבת. Now, do you remember the Hallel? We said בצאת ישראל ממצרים. Who is Israel? Who is Israel? Very good. Not only Am Israel, בצאת ישראל ממצרים, ישראל סבא is Yaakov Avinu. And Rabbi Akiva said, Omer, because of Yaakov Avinu, Hashem split the Red Sea. Why? He told him, Ufaratzta yamav kedma. Every father got different bracha. You should spread out, you know, west and east. And that's what happened to the sea, to the water. He split them to all the sides. And now when we sing the Az Yashir Moshe, the singing this Shabbat, V'Yisrael vayar Yisrael et hayad gedola asher asa Adonai b'Mitzrayim. Who saw? Israel. Now when we said vayar Israel, in our mind is the Jewish people. But here vayar Israel, you know who is Israel? Yaakov Avinu. Now tell me by logic, why Israel, Yaakov Avinu is the lucky guy that Hashem took him to the Red Sea and he told him, I want you to enjoy to see how I split the Red Sea. Why Yaakov had the merit? Not Abraham, not Yitzhak. What
He's
is
the father of the 12 tribes.
no?
Because he had his children, they were all Jewish, not like Abraham and Isaac, he had half and half.
Who came to Egypt? Abraham, Yitzhak, or Yaakov? Yaakov. Who suffered? Yaakov. Yaakov. That's why he said Yaakov Avinu. Amar Rabbi Yehuda Lu. Hai Saba denachet emnoi begaluta. He suffered with his children and his grandchildren. Now I want to have to the pleasure. I want to see how the Jewish people, your children going out of Egypt, how I split the Red Sea. So Vayar Israel is not only the Jewish people, is Yaakov Avinu. That's said. Ki benes kriat yam suf. Now I'm going to the first. Now we answered the question, my dear friend, most of the answer. Nachon? Why Taruta Delela, why Moshe Rabbeinu did pray, and all these things. Now I want to have, do you remember I asked in the middle, how many hands Moshe Rabbeinu used?
Two. Yes.
Two. Do you remember I asked which one?
Yes.
First of all, why he has to use two hands? You know why? Simple answer is, the simple answer, we'll go to the deep one. The simple answer, you know, people start to say about Moshe, you know what is he? He's a witch. He's a magician. You know how he's doing all these tricks? With a stick, with a mate. So you know what Hashem told him? Lift up your stick, and what is the touch with what the water? With your hand.
With your hand.
Say, touch with your hand to show everybody it's not a stick. Then everybody, Vaya'aminu b'Hashem Moshe Avdo. Now they believe that Moshe is Shliach Hashem. You know that he's not stick, he's not witch, he's not magician. He's Nevi Hashem, he's the messenger of God. So now, you know that Abraham is Hesed, Yitzhak is Gevurah, and what Yaakov?
Tiferet.
What is Tiferet?
Splendor.
What?
Both.
Splendor.
Both, nachon?
Yes.
Okay, now what do we need to split the Red Sea? Hesed, Gevurah, or Tiferet?
Both.
Why both?
All of
Tiferet.
them. Both, the three of them.
Why you need both?
Because
You need Gevurah, you need Din to split the Red Sea? Malka, wait, Malka, I want to understand. To split the Red Sea, I want Hashem to give me a nest to split the Red Sea. What you need? Hesed or din or gvura?
Gvura.
Hesed.
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 Gvura has v'shalom. Gvura is din. But you know what? I need gevura too. Is it possible? I'm challenging you. Malkata, listen to this carefully. I'm challenging you now. I'm challenging you now. Sometimes gevura is hesed. You know when? When the gevura is going on my enemy. Who is my enemy on the Red Sea?
The Egyptians.
The Egyptian. Now, when he said, Raremet yadecha, he said, I need the two ends. I need, Hesed and Gevurah. I need Hesed that the Jewish people can go in the sea to split the Red Sea. Now, the Egyptian behind us. Now, if the Egyptian behind us, what should I do? Din or Hesed?
Deborah.
Gevurah, Din. So, but this Din and the Egyptian, for us, what is it?
Hesed.
Hesed. If Hashem now destroy Hamas and Hezbollah and Iran, for them is Din, but for us, what is it?
Hesed.
It's Hesed. So which father can do the job wonderfully?
Yaakov.
Yaakov. Why Yaakov? Because Yaakov is Hesed and Gevurah.
Hesed and Gevurah.
It's Hesed and Gevurah. He said, look, mitzad Hesed, line 2, from the Hesed nivka ayam l'Israel, they split the Red Sea. ומצד הדין חזרו המים על המצרים. The water came back to sink the Egyptian in the water. So we said, look, it's a beautiful picture. מצד הגבורה מתעוררים מים בעולם. So that's why we said in the Shirat Hayam, he said, look, he said, harem et matecha. When he said, lift up your stick, biyad yemin. You know what this biyad yemin is? Hesed. To dry the water. Untet yadecha smalit. You know, I thought when he said he put his hand is to split the Red Sea. No. You know why he put the hand? What happened? The water came back. You know, said with the right hand, he dried the water. That's Hesed to the Jewish people. But when he saw the Egyptian coming, what he did, he took the left hand, which is Gevurah, and he touched the water. When he touched the water came on the Egyptian. So he used two hands. Do you have the right hand in the Shirat Hayam? You know it by heart. You know it.
Yes.
Look,
Yes.
look line 18. You know it by heart. Line Yemincha Adonai Nehedari Bakoach. Yemincha Adonai Tir'atz Oyev. What a beautiful pasuk. Now you do it on Shabbat. You can tell your husband, I have big chidush for you. You know what? Yemincha. So I have left. Do I have left here? No. Left is small. Twice Yemin. Yemincha Hashem Nehedari Bakoach. Because with this Yemin, with the Hesed, you split the Red Sea. Yemincha Hashem Tir'atz Oyev. But with the other hand, with the Gvurah, you put the Egyptian to sink in the water. So for them is left. For us is Yemin. Because when you make the Gvurah as a Hesed for us, so for us is Yemin, Yemin. We don't have left, because the left is for the Egyptian. So we understand, Yemincha Adonai Nehedari Bakoach. With the Yemin, you really split the Red Sea. But with the left hand, when you put the water back, it was left for whom? For the Egyptian. When it's left for the Egyptian, what is for us? Yemin.
Yemin. Yes.
For us is Yemin. For them is left. That's why we said twice Yemin. For this, we have to know when we go to election in Israel, I say this pasuk. Yemincha Hashem. You have to be the right wing, not the left wing. Yemincha Hashem. So now I told you we're going to finish now. Kol ha'ma'aneget Shabbat. Look now, we're going to conclude, my dear friend. This is mamash the end. I have 2 minutes. Kol ha'ma'aneget Shabbat. If you make the Shabbat pleasure, notnim lo nahala bli metzarim. Hashem will give you nahala, like like land, like gift, without any border, unlimited. Bli metzarim. Because there is a pasuk. אז תתענג על אדוני, if you have pleasure with Hashem, והרכבתיך על במותי הארץ, והאכלתיך, and I give you food to eat, נחלת יעקב אביך. You see, we say it every Shabbat, so Shabbat is Yaakov Avinu. Because Abraham, קום והתהלך בארץ, לך לך, you go to yourself. ליצחק, what he says, לך ולזרעך, I will give you the land, you and your children. יעקב, line 8, ופרצת ימה וקדמה וצפונה ונגבה. You go north, south, east and west, no limit, because you are שומר שבת. היינו שהוא זוכה להמשיך חסד מימין ודין משמאל בלי מצרים. רבותיי, my dear friend, you know why I would like to end this with this? Because we need it today. We need it today. We need Hashem, the Yamin Hashem. We need it to destroy the Hamas, to destroy the Hezbollah. And we need the left hand of God. We need to put the din, the Gevurah on the Hamas. And for us to give, you know, the Hesed. If he will make the Gevurah, the din on the Hamas or on the Hezbollah, you know what is it for us?
Hesed.
Hesed, very good. So for us it's Hesed. So keep in mind, when there is a din and Gevurah on the enemy, for us it's a big Hesed. ועל זה אמרו, לא כאברהם שמידתו חסד שנמצא, Hesed is only the right side. ולא יצחק מידת הדין, because he's only the left side. יעקב is tiferet, because he's Hesed and din. That's why Shomer Shabbat, if you are Shomer Shabbat, you get unlimited gift from God. And we have to publicize this as much as we can, especially to the people who not Datiyim, who doesn't appreciate Shabbat. But you know, we have two mitzvot we have to be. If you make keruv to people and they ask you what number one, is kashrut and Shabbat. Kashrut and Shabbat. להבין הקשר הזה, we have to connect, הנס של קריאת ים סוף. The ness of קריאת ים סוף, Hashem combined the two values together, Hesed and Gvura. When he made Hesed Israel and Gvura to the enemy, the Gvura of the enemy is the Hesed for us. And I look at the big two lines I put at the end. בזכות שהקדימו ישראל לשמור את השבת, because we were the first to be שומר שבת in Egypt, של נחלתו של יעקב אבינו, because יעקב אבינו came to Egypt. And that's why we can say, שאמר משה, כל המענג את השבת, רבותיי, listen, this is the conclusion. If you make עונג שבת, נותנים לו משאלות ליבו, you can ask Hashem whatever you want. All the wishes that you have, Hashem will fulfill your answer. וכתוב, ויתענג על אדוני, pleasure God, וייתן לך משאלות ליבך. Hashem will fulfill your wishes. דקדקו לומר שנותנים לו משאלות ליבו. Now listen, are you ready for the punchline? Esther, you ready? Listen the punchline, this is the most important. What is the difference between משאלות ליבו and תפילה? You know what the difference? He said, משאלות ליבו, you do not have to say anything. It's in your mind. It's in your mind, in your heart. He said, Hashem ימלא משאלות ליבך, even you don't have to express the words. Hashem knows what you want. He will fulfill your wishes. אפילו, look, אפילו לפני שהתפלל, even before you pray, Hashem already answered to you, responded positively to you. וזה מה שאמר משה רבנו, השם ילחם לכם ואתם תחרישון. Hashem will fight for you and you do this. You understand what is Shabbat? So when you do Shmirat Shabbat, I know many of you have hospitality, הכנסת אורחים, and make sure you have Dvar Torah. Make sure you have Dvar Torah before. Shirei Shabbat, and more than anything else, remember, Birkat HaMazon from the Sidur. From the Sidur, from the Berchon, not by heart. That's Parnasah. So if you do this, he promised to us, Misha'alot Libo. I will never understand this concept. Misha'alot Libo, I just think about something, dream that all my life I dreamed, and Hashem said, yes, sir. I listened to you because you were Shomer Shabbat, I will fulfill. Sometimes I pray Shmona Esrei, when I come to Shomer Tfilah and I would like to give my wishes, sometimes you forget what you want to ask. But Hashem knows what you want to ask. Misha'alot Libo. So let's be Shomer Shabbat בעיקר. And I said, if you know this sentence, say it with me if you know. יותר מאשר בני ישראל שמרו את השבת, השבת שמרה על בני ישראל. More than we observe Shabbat, guard the Shabbat guarding us. The Shabbat protecting us. Shabbat is protection. Good. Okay, Be'ezrat Hashem. Now Hashem will fight for us in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Iran.
Amen.
It's all over. I don't know if you follow carefully what's going on with IDF, but we hit in Syria. We had in Lebanon. We all, they say, you know, all these leaders, them Amalekim, you know, the IDF taking care of them. They know that we can get almost all the leaders, including Sinwar. Be'ezrat Hashem, when we get Sinwar, you will see Nesim min Hashamayim, that many people will be released because Sinwar doesn't care about the Arabs. Remember this. Sinwar cares about himself. That's all. All the leaders of the Arabs, they don't care about their own children. We care about them more than they care about them, their citizens. So he said, you know, Be'ezrat Hashem will be Shomer Shabbat, Hashem will do the job for us.
Amen.
Rabbi.
Remember Wednesday night is Tu B'Shvat. Remember to say Tehillim this Shavua for Edith. Edith Bangamalo said this week, Wednesday night and Thursday, that's her Yahrzeit. You know, to pray for her Neshama. Eloi Neshama, she was the Tzaddiket. You know, she copied, remember, she never missed a shiur. She never, you know, said that's a special lady. That's Kedusha, Mamash Kedusha. I'm sure that Edith over there, she's protecting, you know, praying to Hashem, saying to Hashem to protect us. So say, Be'ezrat Hashem, תהא נפשה צרורה בצרור החיים.
Amen. Amen. Hazaku Baruch, Rabbi.
חזקו ואמצו. חזקו ואמצו.